All right, what is up, Utes fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest, and we just got done with a really close game against Washington State, kind of all over the place. We get to the game, and right off the bat, we found out Cam Rising isn't starting, not to mention all the drama before with Tavion Thomas not going to be playing today. So many random things going on, throughout the game. Dalton Kincaid winds up getting injured. So just so much going on. Just a wild game that kept me on my seat the whole time. I didn't feel comfortable that we had the win until we actually had the win. So awesome game, 21-17, puts us at 4-1 in conference play, 6-2 on the season. You got to be happy with that, guys. Honestly, sure, we could point at this, we could point at that, whatever. And I like to be analytical and consider everything and what we could have done better. But realistically, our starting quarterback's out, our number one running back's out, and then Mekhi Bernard wasn't completely out. I think I saw him get a few carries, but he might as well have been out. He basically wasn't even a factor in the game. So when you consider, he got 3 carries for 1 yard. So when you consider all that, we were missing so many tools. And like I said, Kincaid goes out at halftime, and we're missing another weapon in Kincaid not being in. So a lot of good, though. I think the fact that we were able to win the game at all with all those factors against us is a really good sign for things to come. First off, I want to shout out Dalton Kincaid. Another stellar performance, 7 receptions for 56 yards and a touchdown. And don't forget, this guy goes out, early fourth, end of the third quarter, somewhere around there. And he was just tough as nails. You could see the guy wincing after every damn hit. And I was so impressed with what he was doing out there on that field. Dalton Kincaid I've already been a big fan of Dalton Kincaid going into this season. But I feel like these past couple weeks have really just made me really see just how special he is. I don't think you can go wrong. If you're an NFL team and you want to draft Dalton Kincaid, I really don't see how you could go wrong. Again, 7 receptions, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. That's basically only through 3 quarters of play. So awesome play there. This one's 2 guys. So another little group is the wide receivers in Jalen Dixon and Money Parks. I'm going to put them as a 2 and 1. Jalen Dixon had the 1 huge catch for 27 yards, and Money Parks had 2 catches for 43 yards, 1 big one and then 1 more medium one. But either way, both of these guys stepped up and made a few big plays today that needed to get made, especially with a backup quarterback in. And, the game's on the line. It's your time to shine. It's your time to make a play. And I thought they did awesome. Between the 2 of them, they accounted for basically a third of the total yards of Bryson Barnes. So that's awesome. The other group I want to shout out big time is the defensive line. Defensive line looked fantastic. Pressure all day. It felt like we got back there really well. It felt like we did a good job. This was not a good offensive line we were going against. I talked about it in every pregame video I did. And we needed to take advantage of that, and the D-line did. You can't expect them to be perfect. I thought they could have contained quite a bit better. It felt like our defensive ends or edge rushers over-pursued quite a few times, and that allowed Cam Ward to get out of the pocket. But in general, we haven't pressured the quarterback at all, like all year. And so it was awesome to see us actually get back there and pressure a quarterback. Hopefully that momentum can carry into these next few weeks. The other thing is the final guy I want to shout out is going to be Bryson Barnes. Actually, 2 more. So Bryson Barnes is another guy I really would like to shout out. Didn't have the greatest game in the world. Did rush for 51 yards, which is pretty awesome. 8 rushes for 51 yards. So pretty awesome there. And then also threw for 175 yards. So in total had about 225 yards or 225 yards or so, 226 yards. 1 touchdown through the air, and didn't throw any interceptions. So I'm really happy with what Bryson Barnes did. The fact that he could come in as a backup and actually lead us to a win, whether the stats are spectacular or not, is still a really good thing and something I'm very happy about. The final guy I want to shout out is R.J. Hubert. Now, R.J. Hubert made a few nice tackles. I don't have the defensive stats yet to tell you exactly what he did, but he did make a few nice tackles and looked good in the process. And then, you know what? Screw it. On that targeting call he got, he laid the wood. He made an impact. And whether they get the penalty or not, it sucks that we don't have him in the first half this next week. But he laid the wood, and I felt like that hit really made a statement. That, like, we needed it right there. And, you know, I would have rather had him in, rather him just wreck the guy in his stomach rather than up high. But, you know, either way, we had the one bad targeting call, and so did they. And we were all aware both those calls were bad. Okay, now kind of a few notes about the game. I think I touched on the D-line earlier. Oh, and Van Fillinger, just a quick shout-out. I had him as one of the players to watch. I think he had 1.5 sacks in that game, so that was awesome, dude. Good to see Van out there making some plays. I felt good about that matchup this week, so that was good to see. But overall, defense stepped up big time. This was a game where it was like, okay, guys, Cam cannot come in every damn play and bail you guys out. You cannot let up 35, 40 points in this game. That is not going to be a recipe to win. Bryson Barnes is a solid quarterback, but he's not a Cam Rising that can put the cape on his back every drive. And I thought the defense did a good job, right? Held them to 17 points. I actually, believe it or not, in my prediction, I had predicted us scoring more points, but I also didn't know Cam wasn't going to be in. But I said in every prediction I did, I had Washington State at 17 points. So give myself some props there. I thought the offense held it together really well, right? Jalen Glover, another just quick little shout out, 20 carries for 76 yards, 3.8 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. Jaquindon Jackson, another guy that deserves a little shout out. 10 carries, 43 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. They really stepped up in the absence of our two, previously premier running backs, and I thought that was really cool. And the offense just didn't look quite as good as it usually does, right? I feel like our offense is usually a little more high powered, but in general, you couldn't have expected any more considering all the different factors. And I thought the offense really stepped up, did a good job. And just overall, when you consider everything that went into this game, we have Keithy out for the season. Rising, who knows how long he's out. Hopefully it's not long. I heard it's a knee injury. I don't have confirmation of that, but that does seem to be the case. And then we had Tavion Thomas, behavioral attitude issues. From what I understand, I'm not touching on that, but from what I've heard is that's why he wasn't there. That's a lot of star power not in the game. And for us to go against a good Washington State team, go to their place, knock on the door and just show them what's up with the backups. I mean, I don't see how you could expect much more or be disappointed with the result we got, guys. Seriously, just an awesome game through and through. If you want to go win conference championships, if you want to go win Rose Bowls, these are the games. These are the games that matter. A crappy team, a team that is not going to make that next move, loses this game. They have their starting quarterback out, star running back out. They go in there and they just choke. They're like, well, I have an excuse to lose this game. No, that's not what we're about, dude. Our backups are pretty damn good. Our backups are probably starters, or if not competing heavily for a starting job at a lot of other schools. So a lot of good there. Such a fun night. It was late. That's why this video might not look as professional as the other ones. But if you guys enjoyed the game and you guys appreciate me making these videos, please do make sure you guys like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel. I put out Utah Utes football content all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do. And having you guys be a part of this community and continuing to grow it is awesome. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy you guys being a part of it. And comment below, guys. What were your thoughts on the game, guys? I know I was on the edge of my seat the whole damn time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys say and replying to you. I'll try to reply to everybody. But outside of that, guys, I am out of here. Have a good night. Enjoy your Friday. Great way to start the weekend here. And go Utes.